よっ。はっ。たっ。ほっ。はっ。やっ。たっ。やっ。はっ。ふん。はっ。たっ。はっ。はっ。はっ。はっ。たっ。ふん。たっ。やっ。たっ。はっ。はっ。はっ。たっ。ふん。ほっ。ふん。ふっ。よっ。はっ。
師匠はファルザン。でももし教令員がこれを追求してパルディスティアイまで先輩を探しに来たら、もっと大変なことになるかもしれないよな。それともお前は先輩をパルディスティアイに呼んで教令員の方も説得できる方法を考えついてるのか？うん、じゃあ任せた。
妙論派の行為を受けぬなら知論派の生徒に授業をしなければならんと？わしよりも奴らの方がよっぽど嫌がっておるやもしれぬがな。
彼らの気持ちが。
ただいま、ファルザン先輩。ごめんなさい。一応聞いておきたいんだけど、今日はどうしてもパルディスティアイに来てもらうことはできないよな。
ふぬぬい、コレイがここまで頼み込んでおるんじゃ、いっそ教令員のことなんざ。
ファルザン先輩、落ち着いてください。今日は本当に最後の最後なんですからね。
ああ、それでお前たちを使わしたわけじゃな。あやつが手紙に詳しく書いておらんかったせいじゃ。そうと知っておれば研究課題として申請しておったのに。
そう師匠はこの件を直接説明してきてってわざわざ私たちに頼んできたんだ。
待ってください。いきなり学術交流の話を持ちかけてくるなんて、いくらなんでもタイミングが良すぎませんか？それにファルザン先輩は正論派の研究領域とはあまり関わりを持っていらっしゃいませんよね。一体何を研究するんですか？
師匠が研究したいのは
全自動考え仕掛けじゃ。
全自動考え仕掛け。
ああ、そうじゃ。植物の種類や季節に応じて与える水の量を自動的に調整するシステムじゃぞ。昔ウリンの遺跡で似たような仕掛けを見かけたことがある。それでティナリはわしのことを思い浮かべたんじゃろう。
そんな装置本当にあるんですか？聞いたこともありませんけど。
見かけたのは100年前のことじゃから、お前が知らぬのも無理はない。そうじゃのう。お前の先生の先生に聞いてみたらどうじゃ？もしかしたらどこかの学者から聞いたことがあるやもしれぬぞ。
それって証明も反証もできないのでは？
まあ案ずるでない。後でティナリに正式な申請を教令員に出せと言っておく。それならば問題ないはずじゃろ。
正式な申請ですか。はあ、わかりました。いずれにせよ共同研究も選択科目もまだまだ先が遠いみたいですし、ひとまずその件を上に報告してみますね。これ以上遅れがないよう付随する手続きもできるだけ早く済ませてくださいね。
わしが隣であやつが書くのをせつこう。はい、 やっとごまかせたの？初対面ながらうまく連携が取れておったの。
やっぱりその場で考えた言い訳だったのか。でもワルザン先輩は本当に100年前の考え仕掛けを見たことがあったのか？教令員に細かいことを聞かれたら。
さあな、100年も前のことじゃ忘れてしもうてもしょうがないことじゃろ。
その時が来たらどうやって教令員に説明するんだ？
教令員に渡す頭が痛くなりそうな書類のことは全部ティナリに任せればよい。わしの推測が正しければ、あやつがこれからわしに頼んできよることはそんなことよりもよほど難しいことなんじゃろ。
やったはっやった
師匠、戻ってきたよ。あれ、師匠？
そんな大きい声を出さなくたって聞こえてるよ。へえ、思ってたより順調だったんだ。てっきり先輩は処理しないといけない面倒事をたくさん抱えていらっしゃると思ってたんだけど。
旅人のおかげでそれらの面倒事は他のやつが代わりに悩んでくれることになったんじゃ。
他の人？それって一体？
それは後で説明してやろう。お前は手紙にも書いておったこいつのことでわしを呼びつけたんじゃろ。
そうなんだ。みんなついてきて。
兵器神速。 しないか。
行こう。おい、おい。
負けを認めよう。
風情にかけるね。
兵器神速。サンドバッグがある。
遊んであげよう。
おやおや。
いやいや。よし、もっとお宝を見つけに行こう。逃げられるかな。
姿を見せるイオナの特製ドリンク。さよなら。
はっ、来い。兵器神速。ああ、最高だ。兵器神速。いや。よし、もっとお宝を見つけに行こう。兵器神速。兵器神速。 この辺りに戦いがいのある強敵はいないんだろうか。 神速。
答えなさ姿を見
いや、さて止水の矢。
断罪の名によ
油断した。ほっふん。隙を見せるのはほんの一瞬だ。さて 兵器神速。兵器神速。兵器神速。悪くないね。兵器神速。兵器神速。兵器神速。 悪くないね。兵器神速。近いな。またの。
いってらっしゃ
いわ、いでよ。うざいやつ。
お客さんが来たみたい。
夜の電源。さて。 敗はここで痛いから我慢しろよ。次こそ。
緊張しないで、コレイ。これはこの間、僕と旅人が助けた機械生命だ。カカタっていう、ある亡くなった後輩の最後の作品なんだ。
アバッと言っちゃったか。一人でこのような完成度に仕上げるとは、確かにとんでもない人材じゃ。ソロン派の学者でありながら、このように精巧な仕掛けを完成させたのか。もしそやつがまだ生きておれば、わしと気があったことじゃろう。誠に残念じゃな。お、様子がおかしいようじゃが、お前はちゃんと世話をしておるのか？機械生命は見た目よりもかなり繊細なんじゃぞ。
カカタは病気になったのか。
数日前からこんな風にダウン状態になってしまっていたんだ。もしかしたら前から隠れた病気があったのかもしれない。僕はソロン派の授業を受けたことがあるから、エネルギー供給のモジュールを何とかして直してみたんだ。でも今回問題が起きたのは駆動列の方みたいだ。今の僕が持ってる知識じゃ、カカタの状態をこれ以上悪化させないようギリギリ維持することくらいしかできない。でもファルザン先輩なら解決策を見つけられるでしょ。
それは何とも言えぬ。機械生命の構成には錬金術や元素学など多くの分野が関わっておる。各モジュールの間は互いに関連し合い影響を与えておるからの。ギミック術だけで何とかなるとは言い切れないとお前も分かっておるはずじゃ。それに異なる機械生命の間にも大きな違いがある。わしの機械生命に対する理解がこのカニっ子にも適用されるかどうかはわしにもよくわからんのじゃ。
カカタ。
はあ、お前たち外に出ておれ。わしには静かな環境が必要じゃ。詳しく見てみんことには全てが仮説に過ぎぬ。
頼むよ、ファルザン先輩。
機械生命、まさか100年後のスメールでこのような形でまた出会えるとはな。
機械生命も病気になるなんて思わなかった。早く元気になるといいな。
先輩が見終わるまでここで待ってよ。ちょうど先輩について話しておきたかったんだ。そっか。先輩の経歴は教練員じゃ知ってる人も結構いる。でも他から聞くよりかは僕が直に教えておいた方がいいかもしれない。僕は先輩が100年もの間先輩の言葉を借りると、
あれは仕掛けだらけの暗号文が山ほど刻まれておる遺跡じゃった。暗号文を解読し仕掛けを解いてどうにか遺跡から脱出しようと頭を絞ったが、心当たりは全然なくての。どのくらい経った頃じゃろうか。そのうち紙もペンも使い切って石のかけらと壁や地面を使って解読することしかできんようになった。また時は過ぎ、どのくらい経った頃じゃろうか。そのうち壁や地面にも書く場所がなくなった。また時は過ぎ、どのくらい経った頃じゃろうか。
それ以外のことを先輩は何も思い出せないんだ。遺跡の場所も最後に脱出した時の状況も。数年前、先輩はスメールの野外で倒れているところを発見された。格好も見た目も100年前と変わらないままだったけど、当時は意識が混濁して断片的な言葉しか話せなかった。先輩は長い間休養して やっと話せるようになったんだ。教練員は100年前に仕掛けを研究していた時、ファルザン先輩がある未知の遺跡に閉じ込められたんだって推測してる。それから遺跡の不思議な力が老化を止めたからこそ、先輩は100年かけて仕掛けを解いて脱出することができたってね。でも最終的には脱出に成功しても、100年経った今じゃかつての知り合いも先輩のことを知っている人もみんないなくなってしまった。教練員でさえ先輩の存在を確かめるためにはアーカー社に残されていた100年前の記録に頼るしかなかったんだ。そんな顔しないで。悲しいとかかわいそうとか思わせるためにこんなことを教えたんじゃないよ。先輩は過去のことで人に同情されたくないんだ。先輩は閉じ込められた100年のことを実験でいう失敗だって捉えてるみたいだ。学者たるもの、実験がもたらすあらゆる結果を受け入れるべきってね。たとえそれが期待にそぐわない結果としてもだ。だからあれだけの経験をしたのに、先輩はスメールに戻った後も自分の研究を諦めなかった。時代の変遷や学術における意見の食い違いで、先輩は今の教練員に対していろいろ文句がある。それに教練員じゃ先輩に対する非難もあるかもしれない。でも僕が言いたいのは、いつの時代においてもファルザン先輩は先輩という名にふさわしい人だってことなんだ。先輩はいろんな遺跡や仕掛けに対して独自の見解を持ってる。もし機会があればまた先輩と話してみて。君の旅に役立つと思うよ。
師匠、ファルザン先輩がカカタを見終わったよ。
わかった。それじゃあ見に行こうか。何か分かったことがあるといいんだけど。
まさか100年経った今になってまた蘇生装置に出会えるとはな。アバットイのやつめ、とんでもないものを装着しよったの。この機械生命、新陳代謝に値するような行動は取らなかったか？例えば傷ついた機体を修復するために部品を集めるとか。
最終的な使い道は違ってたけど、デザイン上は確かにそういう機能がついてるはずだよ。
やはりな。わしの推測が正しければ、カカタの病巣は蘇生装置にあるはずじゃ。アバットイはモジュールに色々と修正をかけたようじゃが、核となる部品やデザインの理念はわしの知っておるものとさほど変わらぬ。どれも遺跡の啓示に由来しておるものじゃ。遺跡機械の創造者たちはギミック術によって生命に変わる、あるいは生命を超える永久期間を作ろうとした。奴らの数えきれないほどの試みの中で蘇生装置はその一つじゃった。生き物の新陳代謝を模倣することで似たような自己修復の機能を実現したんじゃ。じゃが今度は蘇生装置のエネルギー消費とメンテナンスが新たな問題となった。
エネルギー消費？メンテナンス？
例えば生き物の心臓が臓器に血液や養分を運ぶことができるのと同じじゃ。じゃが生き物の体格が大きければ大きいほど心臓が提供する圧もより大きくなっていく。心臓が損傷を受けた場合は自己修復はとても困難で、他の臓器にも影響を及ぼしてしまうことになる。じゃからこの試みは広く応用されてこんかったんじゃろう。100年前にもわしは一度しか見たことがない。困ったぞ。わしの見立てではカカタを直すには蘇生装置の傷ついた部品を交換しなければならぬ。じゃがさっき言ったように古代の創造物の中でも蘇生装置を装着した個体は非常に珍しいんじゃ。関連の研究文献となればさらに少ない。じゃから 交換部品を探すのはまるで広大な砂漠から一つの歯車を探すようなことじゃ。一から作るのはさらに非現実的じゃ。はあ、アバッドイのやつは一体どこから初めの部品を手に入れたんじゃろうな。
なんとなく心当たりがある。アバッドイはかつて大石境での実地調査に熱心だった時期があるんだ。教練院から追い出されたのはほぼその直後のことだ。
あやつは砂漠で蘇生装置に出会ったということか？全く可能性がないわけでもない。
でも砂漠はこんなに広いのに、カカタに必要なパーツをどうやって探せばいいんだ？
教練院の記録によれば似たような部品はこの100年発掘されておらんそうじゃ。運試ししたいならまだ発掘されておらん遺跡を探索するしかないじゃろうな。
そういえば砂嵐と地震が収まった後、ある陰論派の学者が考古小隊を結成して、以前は探索が難しかった砂漠エリアを探索してるみたいだ。
その人たちに最近何か発見はなかったか聞いてみるか？
希望は薄いが、あてもなく駆け回るよりは効率的じゃろうな。
ラエットっていう学者で、今列中砂原の北東方向にいるはずだよ。カカタを落ち着かせてから一緒に見に行こ
いや、お前とコレイは良い。カカタの状態はそこそこ安定しておるが、誰かに面倒を見ておいてもらった方がいいからな。それにお前には教練院が残してくれた問題を解決してもらわんといかん。
教練院の問題？それは他の人に引き継いだんじゃなかったの？待てよ、まさか。
詳しくはコレイから聞きなさい。お前の今回の宿題じゃ。楽しみにしておるぞ。
全自動考え仕掛け。ファルザン先輩ってば本当に厄介な課題を残してくれたな。
師匠、私に手伝えることはある？材料の購入とか紙と筆の用意とか。
確か君は今日中に終わらせなきゃいけない宿題がまだたくさん残ってるんじゃない？
はい。
宿題を終わらせてさっさとベッドで横になりなさい。ファルザン先輩を心配させないことが一番の助けだから。
わかりました。
これは
待ちだ。ラエットさんの許可がない限り部外者は立ち入り禁止だ。ダメだ。素人が勝手に遺跡に近づいたり現場を破壊したりしないようにというラエットさんからの指示だ。
現場を破壊？わしが調査してきた遺跡はこれまでお前が足を運んできた料理店よりも多いぞ。そのラエットというのは一体何期の学生じゃ。わしに会いに来るよう伝えるがよい。
ラエットさんは今拠点にいないから早く出て行ってくれ。お前たちを通らせるかどうかはラエットさんが決めることだ。
頑固なやつめ。そうじゃな。たとえ何か情報があったとしてもあやつが帰ってきてから聞くしかあるまい。今はこの近くで情報を集めるとしよう。ラエットが帰ってきたら聞かんといかんぞ。一体ドイツの教え子かとな。
待ちな。ライ待ちな。ラエットさんの許可がない限り。待ちな。ラエットさんの許可がない限り。待ちな。
兵器神速。
待ちな。ラエットさんの許可がない限り。
でっかい機械だ。かっこいいな。もしかしてあれが伝説の遺跡配下。場所も合ってるみたいだし、まさかあの伝説は本当なのか。
遺跡に関すること？知らん。俺たちは水や食料を運ぶために雇われただけだ。発掘現場どころか止まっている拠点にも近寄らせてくれやしない。
以前この辺は砂嵐がよく起こる地域だったんだけど、ここ最近はなぜか少し収まったようだ。とある旅人が解決してくれたと聞いた。でもそんなこと人間にできることなのか？
情報もだいたい聞いて回ったが、何か注目すべきことはあったか？遺跡徘徊者。このような名は初耳じゃ。少し距離があるからざっと見ただけではわしも結論は出せぬ。さっきのあの村人に伝説のことを聞いてみよ
う。お？君たちなんで戻ってきたんだ？確かに君たちの年代の人なら知らなくても当然だ。何しろもう10年以上も経ってるからな。この遺跡徘徊者と呼ばれる魔物は何百年もの間各遺跡をさまよい続けてたと言われてるんだよ。探検してる時にその姿を目撃したっていう冒険者も多いらしい。それは巨人のように見えるという人もいれば、猛獣のようだという人もいる。でもなぜそいつがあちこちをさまよってたのかについては誰も知らないんだ。でもだいたい十数年前のことだったか。そいつは突然スメールから姿を消して、以来誰もそいつを見かけなくなった。だんだんこの伝説も語られなくなったのさ。だから今の若者たちはみんな何百年も名を轟かせた遺跡徘徊者の名前も知らないはずだ。
何百年も？ありえぬ。少なくとも当時わしは聞いたことがなかったぞ。せいぜい数十年の話じゃろ。
待て、当時の君って？
気にするでない。それよりもあの機械の残骸が遺跡徘徊者だと思う理由を教えてくれぬか？
それは実はこっちも人から聞いた話なんだが。
酔っ払ったエルマイト旅団のやつから聞いたデタラメじゃないのか？
お前は？
お会いできて光栄です、ファルザン先輩。私はこの考古小隊を組織したラエットと言います。ファルザン先輩のご高名はかねてより教令員にて伺っておりましたが、まさかこんなところでお会いできるとは実に光栄です。 それにこちらは最近名を轟かせている旅人でしょ。お二方は何の用件でこんなところまでいらしたのですか？
最近お前たちが調査した遺跡の中に何か特殊な仕掛け、あるいは文物がなかったか？
恥ずかしながら私たちが調査を始めてから少々時間は経ってるんですが、報告するような価値のあるものは未だ何も見つからなくて。
ほう？あの遺跡徘徊者にも報告する価値はないと？
あんなのは根拠のない噂に過ぎませんよ。この人たちが仕事の時にもこういう情熱を持ってくれるといいんですがね。
あははごもっともです。今すぐ仕事に戻りますので。
流言は知者に止まる、そんなことわざがありますが、ファルザン先輩もきっとこのような根も葉もない噂信じないでしょう。
知識は行動を伴って初めて完全なものになる。知恵は経験の娘と言うじゃろ。発掘された文物を調査して新たな発見はないかを確認するのを手伝ってやろう。もし何か成果が出たらお前のものにしてよい。断る理由はないはずじゃろ。
ファルザン先輩が調査に協力してくれるなんてもちろん願ってもないことです。ただお二方もきっと旅に疲れ果てていらっしゃるのではないですか。今すぐ調査に協力してくれというのもやはり少々無理がありますね。今日はもう遅いですし、下働きの者たちと拠点に戻って休みます。先輩たちもこの近くで一晩お休みになってはいかがですか。他のことはまた明日話しましょう。ちょうどそこに村人の休憩用テントがあります。粗末ではありますが、よかったら使ってください。
お前たちも休みに行くのか。ならばそうさせてもらおう。
待ちな。ラエットさんの許可がない限り部外者は立ち入り禁止だ。それにしても本当に遠いな。奴らは村人たちに普段の会話を聞かれたくないのか？じゃがそれもよかろう。向こうもこっちの話が聞こえんからな。わしも遠くから一目見ただけではあるが、あの考古招待にも機械の残骸にも
問題があると思っておる。あの残骸の装甲と関節の老化の程度から見れば、遺跡で何百年も眠っていたとはとても思えぬ。むしろ、十数年前頃に動かなくなったものに見えたのう。時間的にもあの伝説に合っておろう。もしあいつが本当に遺跡徘徊者であったならという話じゃが、少なくとも数十年もの間稼働し続けられるほどの高い強度があった。あやつは一体どうやって機体の状態を維持しておったんじゃろう。その通り。じゃが理論的には蘇生装置はこれほど巨大な体を維持できないはずじゃ。まあわしが見てきた機械生命と同じであればの話じゃが。100年も前の話じゃ。カカタと同じくらいの大きさの機械じゃったが、重いものも運べんし喧嘩することもできん。実験の記録を書き写すことしかできんかった。それと家に手紙を届けることもできたな。当時奴を見つけたのも砂漠の近くじゃったから。もしかしたらこの砂漠にもまだ見つけられていない蘇生装置が埋まっているのではないかと思うんじゃ。でももしかすると昔の人はすでに動力供給の技術的な問題を解決しておって、たとえ今奴らを問いただしに行ってもラエットは不勉強で機械の特別さを見抜けなかったなどと言うかもしれぬ。そうしたらその時点でおとなしく物を教令員に渡すだけであやつは逃げられるんじゃ。もしあの残骸が教令員に渡されてしまえば、調査しようにもカカタの部品を手に入れようとするにもそう簡単には手を出せんようになる。とにかく奴らの企んでることを見抜いてから計画を立てる方が良い。あえて一泊させるとは、もし奴らが何かを企んでいるならば今夜中に動き出すはずじゃ。今夜は特に気をつけなければな。発掘現場からか。やはり待ちきれんかったようじゃの。明日わしらに何かを知られるのが怖かったんじゃろう。拠点を見回っておるやつもおらぬのか。どうやら大きく動くつもりのようじゃな。わしは奴らの拠点に行って何か手がかりがないか見に行ってくる。奴らを見張って時間を稼いでくれるか。では頼むぞ。
Why isn't the tent here yet? We need to switch it out tonight.
It's still on the way. I'm afraid this is the first time we're delivering such a huge one.
You good-for-nothings are just a load of trouble, aren't you? We wouldn't have to deal with these interlopers if you had kept those lips of yours from flapping. Hurry up and hide our current tent and deliver the new one to me tonight, no matter what it takes.
Huh? Who's there?
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit upset because my subordinates aren't doing their jobs properly. It's nothing. Just a tent. We didn't pack up all our tents from the last campsite. Some of them, along with a few people, have been left there. Someone damaged our current tent, so I'm trying to get my subordinates to get one from that previous campsite delivered here. The relics in the ruins are highly valuable, so I'm worried that treasure hoarders and bandits might try to steal them. Since the tent isn't here yet and I can't fall asleep, I came here to patrol. Well, these things are antiques after all. There will always be people interested in buying them. I hired so many people precisely because I was worried about that happening. Speaking of which, I'd like to ask, is the Academia really aware that you've traversed through the desert to come here in the middle of the night? Also, where's Farazan? Why isn't she with you?
I'm right here. Also, you forgot to address me as Madam.
Sorry, Madam Farazan.
You were all making so much noise that I couldn't sleep, which is why I got the Traveler to find out what was going on. But for some reason, that one task took forever, so I came to check in on the situation.
I'm very sorry for disturbing your rest. I'll tell my subordinates to be quieter on patrol.
Good. Come on, Traveler. Let's head back. Yes, we came to check out the situation, didn't we? Well, we've already done that. We should get better rest so that we'll have energy to investigate tomorrow.
Sorry for disturbing your rest. I'll tell my subordinates to be quieter in the future.
Thanks for dealing with them. Now, I found something good on my end. These are the excavation records from their campsite. According to them, the ruins have been raided before, with numerous traps and contraptions having already been triggered. I also observed the wreckage up close earlier. The weathering is nowhere near as extensive as on the relics that have been buried for over 100 years. There's no doubt that the wreckage and the ruins don't belong to the same era. Instead, it must have wandered into the ruins about a dozen years ago. It could have fallen into a trap or encountered a glitch within the ruins, remaining stationary like that until it was discovered recently. However, I still don't know why they'd want to hide it. I have no doubt that the researcher could definitely reach the same conclusion I did. The last few pages of the excavation records are written in code, which I still need time to decipher. The answer may lie within those pages. It's just wordplay. And if anything, that's my wheelhouse. Just a bit more. Ah, I see now.
Help! Please help! Why are you running away? Come back! Protect me!
What's that sound? Is it? The Ruin Wanderer? Reactivated? That's impossible! Is this the work of some kind of hidden mechanism? Never mind, we have to focus on saving lives first. I'll cover them. You go stall the Ruin Wanderer. What? It ignored the Traveler?
Why is it chasing after us?
What could have caused it to reactivate? And to give chase?
Darn it! Hey, come on, you lot! It's clear that we can't escape, so let's just attack it!
It stopped?
Hey, you guys, get up there and tell me what's going on.
But what if it suddenly moves?
You good-for-nothings! Why is everyone I hired so useless? Move! I'll do it myself. Looks like this thing's parts can't handle the load of functioning anymore after years of disrepair. When it first reactivated, I was wondering if it'd be as amazing as the legends had pegged it to be. I didn't expect it to be so much weaker than it looks. How disappointing.
Disappointing, you say? Now, is that because you won't be able to sell it for much?
Faru-san, you may be my senior as an academia researcher, but that doesn't mean you get to slander me.
You wrote these excavation records, did you not? Or perhaps calling it a ledger might jog your memory a bit better.
I don't recognize that thing.
January 3rd, excavated 5 tenths. January 5th, 3 tenths sold. January 10th, 1 special tent pre-sold. It must quickly be switched out with an old tent. You're supposed to be an archaeological expedition team, and yet here you are, secretly selling the relics and profiting from it. When you believed that you had found the wreckage of the Ruin Wanderer, you tried to switch in wreckage that you had excavated previously to pull the wool over the Academia's eyes. After all, there would probably be many wealthy buyers interested in purchasing the legendary Ruin Wanderer in the black market, yes? And then we arrived just before you could finish your work. That forced you to speed up your plan, and you tried to complete the switch overnight before I could investigate the wreckage. In your haste, however, you accidentally activated the Ruin Wanderer instead. Did I get that all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lack the curiosity befitting a man of knowledge, nor do you have respect for mechanical life forms. You're not fit to be a researcher.
Ridiculous. Curiosity? Respect? I'm not here to hear you preach. Hey, we're leaving.
Mr. Aid!
Behind you? Why is it moving again? Run!
Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none knew why it wandered the ruins.
Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge on the mechanical life forms I've seen before. Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then. It could only have been around for a few decades at most.
Why is it chasing after us?
So you've been looking for me this whole time? Long time no see, Tamimi.
Dear Farazan, I hope you're doing well. It has been over 20 years since you went missing. People from the academia keep telling us to give up and that you're most likely dead. But somehow, I feel like you're still alive. Yes, that you live still in some corner of this world. You've always been persistent, able to shine no matter what situation you face. I believe that this persistence serves you well in surviving and finding your way home. Unfortunately, I likely won't be able to welcome you home when you do. I don't have much time left, and my reflexes have slowed. Others keep telling me to stop exploring ruins. Only Tamimi is still the same as before, always running off to places which you've been to. Your teacher and friends came up with an idea to remodel Tamimi, so it can search for you in our place. You didn't like coming home back then, and would always get Tamimi to send a letter back. Now we're leaving a letter with Tamimi. I wonder if it'll ever be delivered to you. I don't know the answer to that question, but if you ever read this letter, I hope it'll be when you've already found your way home. I regret not being able to say this to you myself, but I'll still feel sincerely happy for you, my dear daughter.
Welcome home, Faruzan. Look at you, Tamimi. You've changed so much after all these years. Thank you for waiting for me all this time. I've safely received the letters. Your work is done now. You can sleep. Tamimi, the mechanical life form I encountered back then. When I would go on expeditions, it would follow me, take notes for me, and send my letters home. When I met with that accident, it was on the way to deliver a letter for me. I once thought that I'd never get to see it again. I didn't expect my teacher and others to remodel its self-repair function, upgrading it to self-learning. And so, in order to plumb the depths of unknown ruins and overcome dangerous traps, it repaired and modified itself using parts it found along the way. 1 decade of wandering became many, and soon, Tamimi, which used to be incapable of even moving heavy objects, became the Ruin Wanderer. All so it could deliver these last letters from them to me. The strain to support such a huge body must have turned out to be too much for your heart, right? Even after the remodeling, its restitution module still can't function perfectly in perpetuity. It has been pushing itself beyond its limits over the past few decades. Just like a living being, mechanical life forms have a limited lifespan. It probably became trapped in the ruins all those years ago because its shelf life had run out. It most likely only reactivated because it detected my presence. And then it mustered up everything it had to deliver that last letter. Now, it can finally rest in peace. Tainari told you what happened to me, right? You don't have to apologize. It's not like this incident is a secret in the academia. Besides, I've always treated it as a failed experiment. As a researcher, I must accept this result. However, finding out that so many people were affected by my failure does make me feel somewhat conflicted. Can you head back to Pardistii first? We've been here for a while, and it's best not to make Kale and the rest worry. As for me, I want to stay with Tamimi for a bit longer. Just a bit.
Punch, a new punchy today. No more tricks up your sleeve. Try on. No time to lose.
Back about my application.
How was your journey through the desert? Wait, where's Madame Farazan?
Oh no. She finally got to reunite with an old friend from 100 years ago. But...
As a researcher, she could perhaps accept it. However, as a friend, student, and a daughter, we should give her some time. Let's just wait for her here. And in the future, I hope that we can be here to support her as her new friends.
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here. This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill.
What? Is there to be no welcoming party?
We've all been waiting for you, Madame Farazan.
That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones... Huh? Why do you all look so solemn? Come now. Liveliness befits youngsters more.
Madame Farazan, did these parts come from...
Come now. I thought that you must have encountered some major problem. This isn't something you have to worry about. Well, it looks like you already know everything, but no need to feel bad. Like I said before, as researchers, we must learn to accept our failures. Tamimi had been operating beyond capacity for a century, and I'm unable to repair it with my current abilities. Not even with these parts. It would thus be much better to use them to extend Karkata's lifespan. As a senior, it is only right that I do something for the people who come after me. That holds true for both researchers and machines. Besides, I didn't say that I would be giving you these parts for free. They will only be used for Karkata temporarily. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to help me with my research. I'll be sure to revive Tamimi once I've fully deciphered and replicated the creations of the ancient civilization.
All right. I'll do my best to help.
Me too. Although, I'm not sure if I'll be much help.
Thank you. If they could remodel Tamimi successfully even back then, there's no reason why we won't be able to do even better. And when that day comes, I'll be sure to say, welcome home, Tamimi.
How was your journey through the desert? Wait, where's Madame Farazan? So, Madame Farazan has some other things to settle. All right. And to think that Raid was doing all those things on the sly. It's good that you all got out of that situation in one piece.
Madame Farazan will be able to repair Karkata when she gets back, won't she?
What? Madame Farazan! We're over. That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones Karkata is using right now, and it'll be back in ship shape.
So this is a relic of an ancient civilization. Unbelievable. Thankfully, it didn't end up in Raid's unscrupulous hands.
Unscrupulous, huh? Sounds like you already... Is that so? Thank you. We will talk about everything else later. It's nothing. I've already given all the evidence we have against Raid to the Academia. They're going to be very busy. Too busy to bother us, I'd wager. I'll start repairing Karkata then. Kale, can you help me out? Of course!
It looks fine, but even so...
Farazan went out after repairing Karkata. Well, I will not...
It looks fine, but...
Ah, you're here. Thank you for keeping Tamimi a secret. If I tell them about Tamimi, will they still feel happy for Karkata? I don't want my past to affect people in the present. That applies to both me and other people. It's fine. I'm used to this. I once believed that I'd never hear from my old friends and family ever again. Even their faces are getting hazier in my memories. However, I could remember them clearly again after reading the letter Tamimi handed to me and learning that they'd never given up on me. That's more than enough. I'd be disappointing them if I let myself fall into a slump because of this. Neither my teacher nor my mother would have wanted to see me like that. Besides, you're lending a listening ear to me now, aren't you? Oh, Pardeus DI looks pretty scenic at night. Once Karkata's condition stabilizes, I'll find a chance to tell Tainari and Kale about all that. But for now, just help me keep this secret. Thank you. Whether it's 100 years ago or now, I have people who worry about me. I suppose I should consider myself quite fortunate. The only time when I felt otherwise was when I had just returned to Sumeru. No one came to check up on me then. Yeah, I'm home.
She seems so... Master said there's no rush, but I know that he's been busy working on something at part... I feel for Madame Farazan, but I still want to ask her to come with us. But if I get her in trouble with the academia, then she won't have the time. Yeah, that would be... But I'm sure he'll say, huh? So if I also stay and help, okay then. Huh. We're back, Madame Farazan. The Traveler said that he can stay...
Oh, why I couldn't ask for... Is that so? Good. Now, should I apply to teach a course... I don't know if Tainari's told you about this before, but while my research involves learning about ruins in the mechanism, I don't belong to Ksharawar, which specializes in researching mechanisms, nor am I in Spontamod, which specializes in researching energy flow.
She has been invited to Ksharawar multiple times to continue her research, but she's rejected them each time.
Just listen to how they introduce themselves. In the future, Ksharawar will be the only Darshan with the ability to research mechanisms. There's no such thing as exclusivity in knowledge. Besides, the current Ksharawar is more concerned about how mechanisms can be used in everyday life, while my research involves textual analysis of ruins. If they're trying to use the collaborative project as an excuse to have me reconsider again...
No, that's not it. The request this time is from Akara Crafts. The representative of Ksharawar recommended you to them, Madame Farazan. In truth, she told me that it's because she respects you a lot.
Oh, respect? Oh, my. Putting aside my ideological differences with Ksharawar, I suppose I must acknowledge this attitude of theirs.
Yeah, Akara Crafts is a pretty nice shop.
Well, since both of you feel as such, I shall first hear this proposal.
In summary, Akara Crafts wants to design a series of early learning toys that will cultivate curiosity and learning in children.
Early learning toys. Interesting.
The academia agreed to work with them because they hope that these toys can help children become excellent researchers in the future.
True. The current academia is in need of some new blood. If the children start learning now, perhaps I can find some talented students in a few years.
Madame Farazan, you still haven't found any students?
Anise, Ksharowar's representative, should be staying in the inn at Port Ormos. If you want more details, you can find her there.
Port Ormos? Now there's a place I haven't been to in a long time. I wonder how much it's changed.
I probably can't join you since Port Ormos is a little far from here. I should probably go back and report to Master, and then review today's homework.
No worries. Go do your homework, Kale. Once I'm done with everything here, I'll head over to Pardistii. Thank you. Why, I'd even call this a rare chance for a curious researcher like myself to observe the legendary traveler up close.
Madame Farazan! Oh, it's really you. Did you change your mind?
All right, calm down. Let me be clear. I'm still not all that interested in Ksharawar. I'm just here to see how the project is going. After all, you're here as representatives of the academia in this collaboration. The reputation of all research is at stake here, so I will not simply stand by should mistakes get made.
Either way, it's good that you were willing to come. Now, we've given Akara Crafts many ideas over the past couple of days. However, their owner thinks that our designs are too complicated, which will drive production costs too far up.
That's expected. Students who have never had to deal with budgetary constraints
If you join the Kishara War, your budget will be as big as you want it to be. I guarantee it.
That's enough. I will not repeat myself. Take me to Akara Crafts owner first, if you please.
All right. He's usually at the slope up ahead recruiting volunteers to test out his toys. Let's just head over. Mamdu, the one I recommend.
Oh, so you're, Madame Farazan?
Yes, that's me.
Ah, wonderful. We haven't been able to make any progress on our collaboration recently. We've made many suggestions, but Miss Anis thought that those ideas were too simple and wouldn't be effective in training the mind.
These early learning toys are meant to help the academia train future researchers, after all. If they're too simple, then how are they any different from regular toys?
But if they're too complicated, not only will they be expensive to produce considering our production capabilities, but they won't have much broad appeal to Sumeru's children either.
So the design can't be too complicated, but it can't be too easy to play with either.
I remember that in your notes, many contraptions have managed to fulfill complex functions despite using simple parts. Maybe we can do something similar with these early learning toys.
The contraptions in my notes? I didn't create those. I simply took the contraptions in the ruins apart and analyzed them. But now that you mention it, the ruins did have things like that. Do you have a pen, paper, and scissors? I'll make a paper prototype.
You have an idea already? I suppose I should have expected as much of a respected academia senior researcher. We do have those. Yes, please, help yourself. Oh, you're done already?
Let me explain. These 3 thick lines represent 3 poles. These paper strips of varying lengths represent rings of different sizes. They can be slotted onto the poles and stacked up like a tower.
Well, that is easier to make than I expected. So, how is this game played?
That's very simple as well. You just need to shift the tower from this pole to another pole.
Isn't this a little too simple? Even by the standards of an early learning toy, I mean.
Of course, when moving each ring, the paper strips in this case, you must follow one rule. You can only move one ring at a time, and you can't place a bigger ring on top of a smaller one. It's like building a tower. The rings in the 3 poles must be stacked from big to small. I named this toy Pagoda Stack.
Pagoda Stack.
That sounds way too simple. Even I feel like it's missing something.
Give it a try and you'll find out if it's simple or not. I heard from Anis that you find volunteers to try out the toys, right? Why don't we do the same for this game?
It's such a simple toy. There's no need to...
Mamdu, let's just do as she says.
Okay, then.
And that's how you play this game. You can all give it a try. Let's see who's able to move the tower to another pole in the smallest number of steps.
You called everyone here for such a simple toy?
It doesn't look like it'll take that many steps.
Come on, we all promised to help Mr. Mamdu test out the new toys. He said he'd give us new Genius Invocation TCG cards.
Ugh, fine. Let's get this over and done with so we can...
Done! It took me 19 steps.
Huh? It took me over 20 steps.
I only needed 18 steps.
Not bad. Looks like you're all familiar with the rules now. Then let's increase the difficulty. The next tower will be 5 layers tall. Now then, give it a shot.
Wait, there's more?
Well, since we're already here...
An extra layer shouldn't make it that much harder, right?
What's going on? I've already moved over 30 steps, but I'm still not done yet.
I'm almost done. Looks like I'm the faster one this time.
Done! It took me 35 steps.
What? How?
This pagoda stack toy is pretty fun to play with.
Good. We'll try it one final time. This time, we'll add 2 more layers, making 7 layers in total. Mamdu, we've still got quite a few paper strips here. Why don't you give this a go as well?
Do you need that many steps for something this simple? Let me try.
Madame Faruzan, allow me to try it as well.
You were looking at it quite seriously just now. Are you starting to understand the principles involved?
I think so.
If you want to test out your hypothesis, you'll just have to play and find out.
Got it.
We don't have enough paper strips left for you, Traveler. However, by the looks of things, why don't you guess what the lowest number of steps needed to solve a 7-layer pagoda stack is? What a shame. You were close. However, you did... Let's see how well they do that.
If I move this small ring, then the big one won't be able to go on top of it. Oh, this is going to take more steps than I expected.
I've lost count of how many steps I've taken. Can I restart?
This got a lot harder.
I solved it! Madame Faruzan, it takes 127 steps in total.
That many? But there are only 7 layers.
For every extra layer in the pagoda stack, the move order you need to consider becomes much more complex, and the number of steps required will at least double.
More accurately, it will require double the steps, plus 1 each time. You did well. You didn't underestimate the principles behind it just because it's an early learning toy. The complexity of any given contraption isn't determined by the number of parts it has. The way the parts interact and the rules behind how it operates are important too.
Oh, I see. No wonder you emphasized in your notes that no contraption should ever be underestimated.
I see. So even a simple toy can become complex with the right set of rules.
That's right. The rules used for Pagoda Stack are the simplest kind when it comes to ancient contraption-making techniques. I could spend some time picking out all those machines that do something similar and write you a reference book. Once that happens, you can give the volunteers the reference book and paper prototypes and find out which toy is the most popular.
Do you have any other toys?
Yeah! When can we play with them?
In about 2 days or so, I think. Anise, if you're free, can you help me with the illustrations for the reference book?
Of course! I'd be honored.
2 days should be enough for us to find more volunteers. Then we can organize a huge conference here, at which we can announce which toy we'll be making. You'd be most welcome. We need more people to get a healthy range of opinions. The more, the merrier.
Thank you for coming here with me today. I'll walk back with you.
Is Madame Faruzan... I'm sure she'll say...
No wonder she's so well respected at the academia. Don't let her know I...
We need to wait 2 whole days before we get...
It might just be all reference stuff. It'll be a long time.
Guess all we can do is play Genius Invocation.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my way over to Pardistii as quickly as I can. Anise, we haven't had much time to get to know each other. She's able to calmly figure out the basic principles. I'll do my best to teach her over the... Well, her interest lies in the application of mechanism. I do have some old knowledge to share. But if we think about the future, my research into mechanisms is... If she becomes my student to learn how to make modern contraptions, it wouldn't benefit either of us. However, if she develops an interest in deciphering ancient texts over these next 2... If I successfully poach a student, those young punks at Haravatat will have one less reason to cut my budget. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatat and ask for a higher budget directly from the academia. Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anise's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and illustration. You're right. Explanations are a core part of early developments, too. By using detailed and accurate illustrations, we can impart knowledge more effectively. It would also make it easier for me to recruit students. Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
Delicious food, freshly made, and...
Oh, you're here. We're just starting to set up the venue.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be...
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time. To sum up, the 24 forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms were used in various ruins. All right, let's go to the next page. Now, I'll explain the base layer design of elemental monuments.
Are we done yet?
I don't understand it.
Are these really toys?
They sound a bit too dangerous to buy for children.
Oh.
Well, we've prepared paper prototypes for everyone. If you're interested in the mechanisms Madame Farazan's talked about, you're more than welcome to try them out.
Oh, this is no fun. Can I try another toy?
I want to go home and play Genius Invocation TCG.
Forget it. I don't think anyone would be interested.
I should go home and take care of my children.
How did this happen? Forget about getting opinions from others. No one even wanted to stay and try them out.
I'm sorry. I think we miscalculated.
No, you simply gave suggestions. I was the one who decided to follow through. Anise, too, was only following my instructions. I will find a way to make up for this error. Please, give me some time. I'll write another reference book.
Excuse me, but are you the one who wrote this reference book?
Yes. Who are you?
Ah, you're that man Mountain who was in the crowd just now.
Do I stand out that much? Well, I guess I don't look like someone who'd have anything to do with toys. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kamal, the branch master of Sumeru's Adventurers Guild.
What's the branch master doing here? Were you looking for us, or did something happen?
I came to Port Ormos to visit some old friends. On the way over, I saw the booklet you were handing out, so I came to take a look. Can you print a few more copies of this booklet and sell them to the Adventurers Guild? Also, could you make full-fledged models of those paper prototypes and sell them to us as well?
What does the Adventurers Guild want with these toys?
You may see them as toys, but to adventurers who need to deal with all sorts of machines and contraptions within ancient ruins, this booklet is a true treasure. We have many members who can't read, so books are of little use to them. What they know of handling mechanisms has been learned solely through word of mouth. Even if the academia granted public access to all their books, there are people who can't use them.
Ah, and our booklet is practically all pictures.
Well, it is designed for children.
It might be a bit too difficult for children, but it's perfect for adventurers. Also, those paper strips, you called them paper prototypes? If you can make wooden versions for demonstration purposes, even the most illiterate person would be able to follow along and understand. If we can supply a model set for each branch, and if each adventurer carries a booklet with them, then ruin exploration will become much safer.
You really think so? I mean, yes. I always knew it. Knowledge will always be needed, one way or another.
Making models of contraptions for the Adventurers Guild? To be honest, that sounds like a good avenue to explore to me.
We'll probably have to send in a separate application, but it shouldn't be an issue. After all, this concerns safety during the exploration of ruins. It's a problem that the academia is actually trying to address as well.
Then let's cut to the chase and discuss the details of our first order. The amount we're offering to pay in advance is this much.
No one... don't...
I'll be going then. See, you want to ask why I'm putting aside the fact that they're... After all, knowledge is no matter what corner of the unknown they because I believe wholeheartedly, even if the others call my research useless, as long as the knowledge I gain from it, in the end, useful and useless are concepts that shouldn't be used to evaluate knowledge. When I first started deciphering ancient documents, I didn't think about how it'd be useful to Ksharawar. That's why there's no need for me to join them to do useful research. I'd rather stay in Haravatat. It's much more convenient for me to access the materials I need for my research here. Still, The funding that Ksharawar has offered me is so hard to get in Ravatat. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anis's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still You're right. If no one understands the reference book, it's better to make it simpler and fun so that children will be interested in the subject. It'll also make... Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account.
I wonder what the rest of the passengers do. Running and ski. No time to lose.
Oh, you're here.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have. This is going to be quite the event.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the Academia shall say about it this time. And if we activate this little mechanism just like that, a Sumeru rose will appear at the top of the cane.
Oh, I see. I thought it came out of thin air. It's amazing.
If the mechanism was bigger, you could make a rabbit appear, right?
Then you can't use a cane. Could you switch it out with a hat or something?
You're applying what you learned creatively. Not bad. Let's look at the next page. If you fold an origami bird like this, it'll fly further and more stably.
Whoa. You can make a mechanism using just a piece of paper?
The principles at play are even more important than the parts that make up a mechanism.
These are pretty cool. I'm tempted to try them out.
I'm not that interested in toys, but if they'll be beneficial for children's development...
Everyone, we have paper prototypes and craft materials that you can use to make your own toys. Come try them out.
This is such a well-prepared event. I'll give it a go.
But we want to play too!
It's fine. We have a lot of paper prototypes and craft materials. All feedback is also welcomed.
Oh! My origami bird flew further this time!
Professor Farazan? How can I make mine fly further?
Just Madam will do. Maybe in the future, you may indeed get the chance to call me Professor. You may wish to pay attention to these few details. Here, for example. All right, try it again.
Wow! It really did fly farther!
Madam Farazan, will we learn origami at the Academia?
Of course you will. If you become a researcher, you can explore any field you like to your heart's content. In the future, if you want, you can even become one of my students.
But Mom and Dad said that there are 6 Darshans in the Academia. Wait, was it 7? Which Darshan teaches about mechanisms in origami?
Well, in this case, it wouldn't be Haravatat.
I know! We need to choose Ksharawar.
Huh?
I want to attend Ksharawar in the future and fold even better origami birds.
I want to make even more awesome mechanisms!
Actually, the other Darshans do have their own specialties, too. For example, Haravatat specializes in...
Pay attention, children. Children? How did this happen?
What if we end up in a darshan we don't like? Does that mean that we won't get to learn about the things we do like?
No, that won't happen. Take me, for example. I'm a researcher from Haravatat, but I research mechanisms, see? The only person able to restrict your curiosity as a researcher is you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Huh. It's all right. You still have a long road ahead of you. Now, do you want to learn about some other machines? Let me tell you a story about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments.
This place is pretty dead. By which there's nothing to kill.